Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy viewers. This is Grand Arena, the final matchup of Week 1, Season 26. Last round was a win, so we need to win today's match in order to get a winning record for the week. Nothing really to recap here. All these battles were done in the Grand Arena video. He attacked me first. He only did 3 battles and then just stopped. That's kind of what I was expecting. His participation was pretty iffy through his Grand Arena history. I had some technical difficulties which cost me a couple battles and messed up my plan, but other than that, things went basically how I was anticipating. My fleet strength wasn't quite where it needed to beat a strong defense, and this was his strongest defense. He didn't have the executor, and I ran out of fleets. Buffing a couple gear on some characters will solve that for the future. Today's matchup, though, is against Melk. This guy's pretty good, plays a lot more, so I don't think this is going to be a situation where I have a default win. You can see he only has a 4-star executor, but the trade-off there is he has several GLs. He has these 4 guys and 3 really good ones, only 1 old one. It's a lot easier when it's SLKR, Ray, and then plus 1 or 2 of the newer ones. Not the case here. And while we're here, let me just show you the speeds, the top speeds on his characters. Everything kind of makes sense. He's got a fast R2, but so do I. It just kind of happened. But he's also carrying, my R2's carrying mods that are fast, but I wouldn't put on anyone else. Taking a look at the Hotbot. A lot of red on his side. A little worrisome. Guild is basically the same size as mine. Lifetime Banners is very good, but lower on the clears and undersizes. He has 5 Omicrons, a number of them being Grand Arena Omicrons, a lot of Zetas. To have that many Zetas, you gotta have a lot of luxury Zetas too. That's a lot of Zetas. Relics are right into the midpoint to higher average for what I've been seeing. And he's a little shallower, but nothing egregious. It's probably right about where you would need. I've got a lot of fluff in mine. A lot of bloat in my Gear 11 count. Fewer 6-dot mods, lower counts, and kind of significant. I've got 100 extra 10 plus speed mods. Another 30 something of the 15 plus, and I've got almost 70 of the 20 plus. So I actually have a lot of mod advantage. Coming to his GLs and looking at his speeds, they're all solid there. Slower Padme, another slow Darth Revan. Usually what happens is people unlock new characters, get new characters, and then they take good mods off of characters. That's probably what happened there. But it's also why I still have a fairly fast Darth Revan. I haven't taken his mods and put them on other characters. I just don't like to do it. I like to find new mods. No Maul. I know it's the wrong thing to do. It's one of my character flaws. Echo, not really ready to go. Way too slow. Kind of a slow Piet, but his Moff Gideon's good. So everything, it's a pretty good roster with good results. Defense from his Grand Arena history was pretty consistent. I'm expecting him to follow what he usually does, which is only 1 Galactic Legend on defense, which is going to make things pretty easy for me. I did change my defense, so I think we'll start with that. This top territory, same. Nothing has changed there. What I did change is on the bottom territory and the back territory. On the bottom, I moved Grievous up front, got rid of that Geo team. It wasn't something the Geos weren't something I wanted to put on defense, but you need so many teams. And at some point you have to make certain decisions. So I graduated the Grievous team. He did not have the Wampa Omicron, so I was not worried about being Wamped. And on the back wall, Iden Verso has moved to defense. It's one of those cascading effects of me having put on the Wampa Omicron is I now have a reliable enough Grievous counter. We're keeping Bad Batch and Shaak Ti as a duo that I was usually using to beat Grievous is no longer needed, which saves my Bad Batch to be used for Mon Mothma counters or other situations. Because the other thing that happened was my Night Sister counter, which used to be one of my consistent Grievous counters, has now shifted over to Qui-Gon, since Qui-Gon is everywhere. Still want to switch out that Padme team, but I got 4 holds in the first match. So it's a thing where if you're not deep enough, you might run out of counters, which is the only thing I really like about it. Although it removes a possible JMK counter for me. So with the right opponent, I might not do that and just end up keeping Padme. So Shaak Ti, Bossk, no Zam, Ventress, and SLKR. Second, what? Let me check his Omicrons, because it's weird that he doesn't have Zam and he has 5 Omicrons. Alright, I pulled this up on his SWGOH. I'm not going to pull... Yeah, I'll pull it up so you can see it. There's his Omicrons. Kind of a surprise. A number of those aren't going to qualify for this game mode. I think Katarn, Sidious, and Phasma are all not Grand Arena. I mean, I know Phasma's not. Katarn I know is not. Sidious is the only one I don't remember. So that's good. And Mace is also not Grand Arena. So only 1 Grand Arena Omicron out of 5. Bottom territory here. Nute, Geos, Phasma, Qui-Gon. And this is the classic front wall that I always get myself into trouble, where I don't want to use good teams, because this is a wall I can get away with just using some more minimum level counters, those lowish viable counters, which I don't think I'm going to have to do, just because I know what his back wall is. I'm expecting his back wall to be Padme, Old Republic, and Mon Mothma. Now we'll see if the game eats my machine eats my Night Sister counter again. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to put him in that slot. It worked out, but it's a little scary. I have a preset where I've switched DACA to this slot. There's an order of how characters are taken out. I don't want to mess with Plague too much, because I don't want to lose DACA. Or I don't want Qui-Gon to be taken out by Plague too early, because I just gotta drive revives right now. I want to keep Anakin as stunned as much as possible. I'm just going to move around here using basics. Getting my revives. Alright. I'm not going to be shy about using Daka's revive ability. No. Ooh. It's always a little scary. I think I might be good though. I'm gonna be cautious though and not rush things. I'm gonna work on just removing everybody's protection to make things easier for me when I do take Qui-Gon out. Oh, come on, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I got so lucky there. Okay. We gotta, I need more health. The mace does make this a little trickier. Alright, I'm basically at a point where I feel comfortable taking out Qui-Gon. Yes, especially now that that ability has been burned. Alright. Maybe not quite yet. Clear the foresight. I'm just waiting until my stun is off. Alright, I'm gonna do it now. Okay. Clear the foresight. I'm gonna do a revive. That ability block is really gonna mess with me. No, 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 no. Alright, little worried. Definitely worried. Come on. I'm gonna auto this now. There we go. Terrifying. I don't know, that's the counter that I love doing, that I'm going to be getting myself in trouble with for the next several months. I am sure. I got an energy refresh, it looks like. I'll deal with that later. The rest of my plan, I was just gonna gas this Nute. I think that's what I'm gonna do. There's probably a way to, I mean, not probably, there's definitely a way where I could use a weaker team. I just don't want to mess with it, around with it. Wampa and Nest just make it a little bit more annoying. I just didn't want to target Dooku until he had days. There we go. Now I just gotta kill some time. Let me just auto basic. Making my way through Rebels. If it is a Grand Inquisitor episode, I'm usually pretty happy with it. If it's not a Grand Inquisitor episode, I like it a lot less. But overall, I'm enjoying it. I decided to be conservative here during my planning and just use Imperial Troopers and not Traya. Yeah, that Night Sister counter, it's a little scary, but as long as my computer doesn't have issues, I win with it. You just have to be sure to make sure Daka gets enough stacking health. And it's been far more consistent for me than other counters like the Vader Palpatine counter, because with the... Although I could play that differently now that I'm remembering some things. Just there's a little bit of chance for the Palpatine counters to go wrong if you don't get Fracture out on Anakin at the right times. So that leaves Phasma. I was gonna bad batch this. I know there's a Mon Mothma team on the back wall, but I think I'm gonna Wampa it because I don't expect a Grievous team to be on defense. Although, I guess there's other stuff I could use. I'm just gonna do bad batch. That's more fun. I'm surprised this guy keeps so many Geos for offense. I do it because I have to. Phasma's kind of the engine here. None of the other really tricky ones. I could have targeted somebody else. Probably should have targeted Kylo. Oh, who do I want to swap with? This is what I talk about with Bad Batch. See, like, mine are Gear 11, but this would have worked with Gear 10. You just gotta make sure you're fast enough. This could maybe even work at Gear 9. Like, I don't know. Something I'll do with the alt account is figure out how weak of a Bad Batch team I can get away with. This is what I talk about with Bad Batch. See, like, mine are Gear 11, but this would have worked with Gear 10. You just gotta make sure you're fast enough. This could maybe even work at Gear 9. Like, I don't know. Something I'll do with the alt account is figure out how weak of a Bad Batch team I can get away with. This Bad Batch were all leveled up pretty quickly. At the time they were released, it wasn't like a situation like right now with the Inquisitorius faction where there's so many things to work on right now. Bad Batch was pretty easy to work on them fairly gradually. Right now, it's tough to throw extra gear and Kairos at the Inquisitor faction, and knowing there's a legendary event attached to it, I don't want to, because I want to make lowish viable team videos for that event. I want to see what you can get away with. No. Yeah, Padme, Mon Mothma, Old Republic. This is what we planned around. This is why I felt comfortable using gas on the front wall. Not taking my usual chances. But we're going to get some solos done. What did I just do? Oh my god, this is why. Oh my god. That was a mistake. I wanted to use Palpatine up against Padme. Anyway, let's do that again. Jeez, that was dumb. I just saw a hooded figure, and I love to do things to beat myself. Let's get Retribution up. Okay. Okay. Chihani's a little annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, let's get a healing immunity. He had blind, so I just went with getting Retribution. Need to heal up. We got protection, so I'm going for healing immunity. We don't get it. Go for the heal. He's almost dead. Let's just take him out. Canderous actively makes this easier because of the dot synergy with Kylo, so I'm not worrying about him. This is what the last battle was supposed to be. Okay. That was dumb. Alright, what did I... Oh, yeah. What do I want to do with Padme now? You know what, I was going to CLS the bounty hunters. I'll CLS Padme. Okay. Don't die. Don't. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just not taking any chances. I'm just playing it safe. Come on, now we do it. Great. And that's why Aiden gets to be on defense now. Really hate that I made that dumb move. And this is why I set up teams in the squad selector that I haven't been consistently using this matchup. Now, without GK and some of these other characters, who do I want to target? Stun Padme to start. Maybe we can take out Barris early. I like that they have the Zetas in the match now. Okay. I'm gonna go for the turn meter and the buffs. Fine, R2. This will hopefully take out Sarge. Perfect. Great. Help would have been more fun. But I gotta find ways to make things interesting for my opponent. Alright, this was going to be CLS, it's going to be Maul now. I respect the high gear bounty hunters. I usually take CLS or Maul up against them. One thing though, he's got Cad Bane in here. I do not recommend doing that. A lot of people put together teams just because they have relics on them. Not always better. Like Grief Karga makes that team better at any gear. Well, not any gear, gear 11. Because you need to be able to make sure you're hitting the character that is needed for the contract. Cad Bane's not going to be great at doing that. Let's take out IG-88. Now focus down on Bossk. Bossk will taunt, and then we're gonna have to deal with him anyway. Some weird vehicle just made that sound. Love that unique Zeta. Alright, just gonna hold on. Going great. My opponent does not have a lot of fleet depth. I think that's going to make the biggest difference between us, depending on what he set down for his defense. Oh yeah, I forgot about this team. Just want to make sure I don't do any dumb things. This is pretty safe though. Let's call him in. Oh wait, that's right. Whatever. Let's do that. I've been reading a Star Wars comic that I grabbed from the library. Star Wars Legacy. This is volume 2. I haven't read volume 1, but I know a lot of... I know it's Sith heavy, which is why I grabbed it. It's from the Dark Horse era of Star Wars comics. And so far, it's really good. Star Wars comics were a blind spot in a lot of my comic reading. Just wasn't interested. But this one at least is good. I've read a few of the Marvel ones, but this one I like a little bit more. My plan looks to be JML and JKR split up in some combination. Whatever. It really doesn't matter at this point. No, you know what? I don't have any strong Jedi to pair with. I guess it's fine. What else do I have? I'm just wondering if I have anyone that's going to prevent revives, which would make the Night Sisters a little nicer. So it's Treya. What Geos? Alright, we're gonna do Old Ben, Shaak Ti, Ezra, Klo, you want a job? Because JML doesn't really need a lot of help going up against a team like this, and I don't have another attacker to pair. Oh, let's take out Shaak Ti first. To pair with Jedi Knight Revan when I throw him against those Night Sisters. Let's dispel. Not that it matters. No, I want turn meter. I feel like Conquest is frying my brain. I was thinking about Ezra assist calls for feats. The current Conquest, what am I, Sector 4 right now? I'm done with a lot of feats. I think I could be done by Wednesday. Let's get a banner here. No one else can give me a banner, right? Whatever. Let's just be done with it. Oh, I should do a fleet arena battle. I'm in the 7th spot. I need another battle or two. But we got time. Sure miss my Palpatine. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna swap, go for the stun. Everyone's relic, what, 5? There's 1, 2. Gonna do me like that? And Ventress got that stacking damage. Let's take her out. Get rid of Telzine. See, this was just much easier with an attacker. That's why I spent all that time deliberating how to split up my Jedi. There we go. Let's check out that fleet, break it down, then I'm going to pause for a moment, do a fleet battle. Negotiator. What else you got for me? Negotiator, RADDUS, Rebels. Not bad. Which means he's got the Executor, Malevolence, and Finalizer. It's a pretty good set of 3. He can get through me. Yeah, he can get through me. He played it how I would. Let's get this done. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Executor here. No sense in complicating this. I don't even need that much. I don't. This is an uncommon starting fleet. Let's spread around some breach. That should clear Anakin. Yeah, let's mark. I could just auto. Let's go for banners. Yeah, that should have been on your starting line. Yeah, let's just get rid of them. It's amazing how much that just dominates that. He doesn't have Ray, so I know his RADDUS is no good. I cannot wait for ship presets. I think they said they can't do it for some reason a long time ago. And pretty certain that's nonsense, but it was still something they said, I think. I don't need the soldier. There's no way I'm calling him out. Just want to check the gear on these pilots. I'm pretty sure I looked at this in my prep and it was all standard stuff. But I've been doing a lot of roster reviews lately, so I can't remember what was a roster review and what was part of my prep. Ooh, never mind. I'm bringing in a second ship. Relic 5 Akbar. Should get those Akbar armies, man. Okay. Go AoE will save the dispel or the cleanse. Yeah. Come on. Perfect. I don't even put the Phantom and Ghost on with my fleet anymore. Because the gear on the pilots isn't even there. It's not worth doing. I'm gonna have to bring somebody out now. I should have targeted Phantom. Did you get one? No. I'm just checking turn meters if this Vulture trade is going to go before Akbar, and I don't think so. I'm going to go for it anyway. Oh, come on, man. I should have just stayed on the Phantom. I got greedy. He's still stealth. And last one. I'm going to just click on a couple of these pilots to give an idea of what we're going up against. I don't think there was gear on these guys, or at least much. That's more than I thought. And this is why he has all those Zetas. Like, Finn, sure, but Scavenger Raid, that's a bad Zeta. That deserves the Jin Urso favor, where Jin's second Zeta got a nice little update with the Omicron. Scav Raid deserves that same stuff. Alright, so the gear here is not nonsense. It's still not gonna be good because this ship is not really workable at 3-star. I've got a 4-star one and mine's not workable. But we're using my unworkable fleet up against his unworkable fleet. And his unworkable fleet has better gear. So we'll see who comes out on top. I just think the finalizer is a better fleet, and the echelon is slightly better. Not, I mean, in totality it's much better, but in this context, in this low star context, the echelon is a little better. Yeah, let's do that. You know what? Let's go for the turn meter. Go for the big assist. Nice. Come on, man. Let's dispel. What does the basic do on the echelon? Do I want to call? I'm going to call the echelon. I want to see what happens. And it's if there's a target lock, right? There's assist if there's a target lock. That's probably something to look out for if target lock was somewhere else. Or anywhere at that moment. Yeah, let's get some turn meter. I'm going to focus in on the one that is hunted because everyone's got chaff. I can't throw down any target lock. Yeah, let's do the AoE, clear some foresights. Seven buffs, what does he have here? Let's just dispel. Stun? Yes. Turn meter. I'm gonna try and stun Poe if he doesn't dodge. Perfect. Turn meter. Dispel. I don't like all those buffs. Yes, 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 yes. I just want to get rid of them before... Maybe I should have brought in another ship. I may regret not having another ship. We'll dispel. That'll at least slow down the ultimate. Okay, ultimate probably can't happen now, so this might take some time, but it should be a win. There we go. And now he's got Executor Malevolence, so he'll take down my then Finalizer. Finalizer up against my Empire, and he's got relics. He's gonna win it. Or he'll clear that. I think he's gonna have issues with my defense. he's not a clean player, so hopefully that Palpatine mistake doesn't cost me. I don't think he's gonna one-shot me. I'd feel fantastic if I had not made that mistake. I don't feel fantastic right now. Even we have good banners. 1804 is solid enough where maybe I can eat up enough banners where even if he one-shots me, we'll be okay. I saved a lot of banners by holding back some ships. We had a couple solos. We'll see. It's not 100% safe. I'd feel better if he had put down a stronger fleet defense, but with the fleet defense he set down, he can clear me. So I'll have to report back. I'll put it in the description, but thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone, and be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.